Howdy folks, Larry Singley here. Thank you for tuning in to this edition of Diversey's 2-Minute Drill. Today's topic is going to be on respecting floor finish dry times. This is a topic that comes up quite often. We actually held a class this week for customers in our corporate office, and the very first day this topic came up is how do I know when it's time to put on a second, third, fourth coat? How many coats do I put on a day? How can I help it sufficiently dry, etc.? So we want to cover those today. There's a lot of variables involved. If you're in the south during the summertime, it's going to take considerably longer in order for a coat of finish to dry. Conversely, if you're in Phoenix, Arizona in say January or February where the humidity is extremely low, it could take 10, 12, 15 minutes to dry. So there's a lot of variables involved. But let's say that we've put down a coat of finish and we want to come back and put down the second coat. How can we be darn sure that that is good to go? Because if we're not, and you put a coat of finish down on a coat that's not sufficiently dry, you may very well run into something called hazing, and we'll talk about how to fix that in just a moment. So you want to tap on it, obviously, to see if it's tacky or sticky. If it is, give it a little bit more time. If it doesn't feel tacky or sticky, put your hand down on the floor flat for about 5 to 7 seconds. Lift it up. If you see a halo like you would on a mirror or a piece of glass, you know you need a little bit more time. If you put it down and you lift it up and you don't see it, you're good to go for another coat. Also, how many coats can we put down in a day? Well, we have a slogan, no more than 4 in 24. We need all that moisture to evaporate out of each coat so it dries and cures and hardens effectively. So no more than 4 in 24. And if we want to help it dry, we want to use a fan, okay? You never want to put it down flat on the floor because you're going to get a rippling wave type effect. Ideally, before you even start the floor finish process, you want to high dust. Get the fixtures, the light fixtures, the air conditioner vents, knock all that debris down, and then take your fan and point it toward the ceiling, let it hit the ceiling, bounce off the walls, and come down and hit the floor. And by the way, for both hazing and blooming, those two situations that could occur, you need to let it dry sufficiently, come back the next day and buff it or burnish it out. If you don't see any improvement, then you're going to have to strip the floor again and come back and start all over. So it pays to make sure that they're sufficiently dry. We hope this has been beneficial for you. If you have any further questions, please reach out to your Diversey representative or our technical customer support. We look forward to having you next week for a new edition of Diversey's 2-Minute Drill. See ya.